Unlocking ultimate financial freedom is a goal that many individuals aspire to achieve. And for those seeking to diversify their financial assets and protect their wealth, opening an offshore bank account then can be a smart and very strategic move. However, with numerous countries to choose from, it can be overwhelming to decide where to establish your offshore company banking presence. Today, we're talking about 5 popular countries to open your offshore bank account. Whether you're a globe-trotting entrepreneur, a digital nomad, or simply seeking to have diversity to your financial portfolio, choosing the right country for your offshore banking needs is crucial. Well, let's explore 5 popular countries for opening up an offshore bank account. From the privacy-focused havens of Switzerland and Singapore to the tax-friendly environments of Belize and the Cayman Islands, these countries offer unique advantages that make them attractive for individuals and businesses looking to protect their assets and optimize their financial strategies. First, let's start. What is an offshore bank account? Basically, it's a bank account that's located in a country that you don't live in. That's it. It's very simple. Now, you might ask, well, why do I need an offshore bank account? Well, the benefits of opening an offshore bank account are numerous. A lot start with just diversifying. They can significantly enhance your financial situation. One of the primary reasons for opening an offshore bank account is to increase in privacy and asset protection. Offshore jurisdictions often have strict confidentiality laws that provide high level of privacy and shield your assets from prying eyes. These can be especially beneficial for those of you who want to protect your wealth from potential lawsuits, disputes, just things that we don't want, or we just don't want people to know how much money we have. Another key benefit to offshore banking is tax optimization. Now, many offshore jurisdictions offer favorable tax systems, allowing individuals and businesses to minimize their tax liabilities legally. By taking advantage of tax incentives and exemptions, you can potentially save a substantial amount of money and maximize your overall returns. Additionally, offshore banking accounts provide diversification opportunities. By holding assets in different currencies, different jurisdictions, different countries, you can spread your risk to mitigate the impact of economic or political uncertainties in your home country. Now, this diversification can help safeguard your wealth and provide stability for your financial future. There are some factors to consider when opening up an offshore bank account. When selecting a country for opening up your account, it's essential to consider several factors. First and foremost, you should assess the country's political and economic stability. Opting, obviously, first, politically stable country with a strong economy reduces the risk of sudden policy changes or financial instability that could have a detrimental impact on your investments. Another crucial consideration is the country's banking regulations. You want to look for jurisdictions with robust regulations, regulatory frameworks that prioritize transparency and compliance. This ensures that your funds are held in reputable financial institutions and that your account activities are regulated and monitored appropriately. We don't want to have any issues with identity theft and hacking into your bank accounts. Furthermore, accessibility and ease of doing business are important factors to consider. You want to look for countries that have efficient banking systems, modern infrastructure, the use of friendly online platforms, which almost all do now anyway, but you just want to make sure. These features make managing your offshore bank account convenient and hassle-free, especially if you're a globetrotting entrepreneur or a digital nomad. So, what are the top five or most popular countries for opening a offshore bank account? And there are several, but today we're only talking about five. So, number one, everybody's heard of Switzerland. Renowned for its long-standing tradition of banking secrecy, Switzerland is a popular choice for those seeking privacy and security. Swiss banks offer a wide range of services, including investment management, wealth planning, and multiple currency accounts. With strict regulations in place and politically stable environment, Switzerland continues to attract high net worth individuals from around the world. Now, some facts on Switzerland. There are about 140 active banks, including 90 that are private. It will take you between 2 to 4, maybe even a little bit longer weeks to open your account. Remote opening is possible, but it's very difficult. Banking to open up will be a minimum 10,000 to over 1 million of their currency. Non-residents can open foreign businesses, offshore entities, all of that is available, but you're going to have a substantial amount of money to open up an account in Switzerland. Singapore, known as the world's leading financial centers, Singapore has become a preferred destination for offshore banking. The country boasts strong legal frameworks, robust regulations, and a stable economy, making it an attractive option for individuals to protect and grow their wealth. Singapore also offers excellent diversification for your investment portfolio, giving you access to the Asian market. Now, they have 158 banks. It takes roughly 1 to 3 weeks to open a bank account. Remote opening is possible, but very difficult. You're going to need at least 30,000 to 3 million Singapore dollars to open account. Again, it varies by bank. You can open as a non-resident, foreign business, offshore entities, and they do have wealth management. So they do vary from bank to bank, just like every other country. But it is worth noting that Singapore maintains high standards of regulatory compliance, anti-money laundering measures, and the know your customer procedures. As a part of the account opening process, just as everywhere else, it will be necessary for you to provide substantial documentation, such as proof of identity, proof of address, details about your financial background, the source that your funds are coming from. All banks are going to want to know that information. Now, if you are a US citizen, opening an account in Singapore is going to be extremely difficult, as some banks there do not comply with the FATCA reporting requirements. So some of those banks will look at you and say, "You're from the US? No, we're not going to open an account for you." So you will have to look around if you want to open a bank account in Singapore. Another option for you may be the Cayman Islands, known for its tax-neutral environment and sophisticated banking system. The Cayman Islands is favorable among international investors. With no income tax, no capital gains, or corporate taxes, the Caribbean jurisdiction allows you to maximize your financial returns. Now, the Cayman Islands also offers a wide range of financial services, including private banking, trust formation, and fund management, making it an ideal choice for a lot of people. Now, currently in the Cayman Islands, they have around 96 active banks. It will take at least 1 to 4 weeks to open up a bank. Remote is possible, but you are really reduced in the number of banks that will allow you to do that. You're looking at least 10,000 to 250,000 Cayman Island dollars. It is very difficult to open a bank in the Cayman Islands. They are really wanting to look for some type of connection to the country. Do you have a residency status? Do you have a business there? Do you have a property or something there? So it is becoming more difficult, but it is a good option. Luxembourg, renowned for its strong financial sector and investor-friendly policies, Luxembourg is an excellent choice for those looking to grow and protect their wealth. This European jurisdiction offers a wide range of banking services, including private asset management, wealth planning, and inheritance planning. With its stable economy and favorable tax environment, Luxembourg provides a secure and reliable offshore banking option. Now, in Luxembourg, they have 120 active banks. It is going to take 2 to 4 weeks at least to open up an account. Remote opening, it's possible, but it's very rare. Banks will then require additional steps, such as submitting notarized identification documents, conducting interviews through video calls, and ensuring compliance with anti-money laundering regulations. The minimum deposit there is going to be anywhere from 50,000 to 3 million euro, depending upon the bank. It is very difficult to open up a bank in Luxembourg, but it is possible for non-residents, foreign businesses, offshore entities, and it does have a wealth management entity to it. I still have more information to share with you. We still have our number one to go. But can I ask you a favor? If you found the information valuable, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, ask us some questions, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any insightful content. This makes a huge difference for me and helps support this channel. Thank you. And finally, another common place for offshore bank accounts is Belize. With its relaxed banking regulations and attractive tax benefits, Belize has emerged as a go-to destination for offshore banking. The country's offshore banks are known for their stability, privacy, and ease of account opening. In addition, Belize offers competitive interest rates, multi-currency accounts, and convenient online banking services, making it an excellent option for individuals to seek financial flexibility. With Belize, though, you are limited to the number of active banks. There are currently 15, which is the lowest on our list today. The time to open up will be from 1 to 3 weeks. Now, remote opening can be done, but of course, they're going to want additional information. Again, submitting notarized identification documents, video calls, ensuring compliance of anti-money laundering regulations, all of that all the banks are going to want, but they're going to want more if you do it remotely. The minimum deposit will be anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 US dollars. Now, officially, the currency there is the Belize dollar, but the United States dollar is commonly used. It is quite easy to open up an account there. If you're non-resident, foreign business, offshore entity, you can definitely open up accounts there. So, how to open up an offshore bank account? Well, to open it up, it involves definitely the very first step is doing your research. Every country has different rules and regulations. Some of them are going to, you'll be fine with. Some of them you're going to think this is just too much of a hassle, but all of them have their own regulations that they're going to want and rules that they have. And sometimes they just don't make sense. So do some research, find out what's going to work for you. Make sure you have the minimum investment that's necessary. You're going to have all your documentation, identification, proof of address, copies of passport, proof of where your funds come from, all of those types of things. And then you'll have to fill out an application form. Then you send that all into the bank. Then they will do their due diligence, process, verify your identity. You're making sure that you're suitable as a customer. And sometimes that suitability is just whether they like you or not from the information that you've sent them. They may ask for background checks, references, all of that. Once all the due diligence is done, then you will receive information from them with your account details if they accept you, transferring money into the account, and how to start accessing all of your account online. There are some considerations to take into consideration with offshore banking. Now, while there's benefits, it's essential to be aware that there's also risks. And one of the main risks is the potential for increased scrutiny from tax authorities in your home country. Now, if you are living or a resident or citizen even of the United States, then you will have to fill out additional documentation that's included at the time that you do tax. It's called an FBAR. You're going to have to fill that out. Now, it is completely legal to have money in other bank accounts in other countries, just the United States government really wants to know about it. If you're from other countries, we don't have to worry about those types of documents. But they do ask when doing tax returns, don't lie. Yes, you have money. You've already paid taxes on it because you paid the taxes in wherever you're living. So It's essential also to monitor exchange rates. If you're using a different currency, those exchange rates go up and down. Sometimes that's beneficial because you've just increased the value of your money. And then sometimes when it goes down, you've just lost some. So you want to take into consideration those rates as well. And also transaction fees, maintenance fees, are also other things to consider. Sometimes with offshore bank accounts, those fees are higher. So it depends, if you're just putting money in and kind of saving it for that rainy day type fund, then great, those fees won't really matter that much. But if you have a lot of transactions in and out, they could add up. So you want to take that into consideration. So is offshore banking really for you? Well, I truly believe that offshore banking is for everyone. Everyone should have an offshore bank account. And if we just look at what's happened around the world in the last couple of years, there have been situations where if a bank just doesn't like your political views and it doesn't like what you're saying out in public, it'll send you a letter saying, we're closing your account, go find banking elsewhere. Even if you've banked with them for 10, 20, 30 years, and we've seen it happen. There's also been situations where the government has closed or frozen assets in bank accounts of people who have protested, as what happened with the trucker protest in Canada back during COVID. Whether you agree or disagree with the protests, I don't believe that the government should be allowed to freeze my bank account because I'm protesting. It's my legal right to protest. Also, they froze bank accounts from people who supported protest. And what would happen to you if your bank account was frozen because you supported a protest or you protest yourself? How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to pay your mortgage, buy groceries, put food on the table? You have to hire a lawyer. You have to get it figured out until you get those assets unfrozen. If you have a bank account in another country, you will still be able to access that because the government won't be able to freeze those assets as well, not just for protesting. And even if you think, oh, well, I don't protest, I don't support protesters ever, um, whatever else, what happens if your identity gets hacked? Identity theft. They froze all your assets to figure out, have you been doing these things? What's going on? Or the bank itself gets hacked and they say, we need to freeze everybody's assets till this whole thing is resolved and the hackers are out of the system. What are you going to do in those situations? So it may not be something that you have done directly. It can affect you indirectly as well. So I really believe it's very, very important that every person has another bank account in another country that they can always have access to. Now, if you don't want to do offshore, you don't want to travel somewhere to open a bank, you think the remote is too difficult, there's some online options. Now, they're not ideal, but at least it's some options and it's better than nothing else. And what you can do is there's a few different ones and it depends on where you live. So Revolut is one that is good. I'm not sure if it's available in North America. N26, I believe that one might be European as well. And Wise is a third one. Now, and I'm not talking about doing things like Stripe or PayPal, because those are whole other issues if you've got problems with those. These ones are completely separate. I will put the links to those in the description below. So I just ask you, please, for your own safety, security, sleep better at night, please open up another bank account, ideally offshore, put some money in there, save it for that rainy day, put a little bit in every month if you can, and just have that for that security and protection of if something happens, even through no fault or no control of yourself, that, and if anything you've done, you have access to funds so you can pay your bills, buy groceries, put food on the table, and take care of things until whatever situation may get resolved. I really hope this talk today was very useful for you and you've got valuable information. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a fabulous day.